Wow! Alright, you fools! Today we are going to analyze the Fallout 76 trailer, which was released very out of nowhere by Bethesda Game Studios. So, buckle up your seatbelts. Let's get real in-depth here. You know, like when you have that one friend that reads way too much into things? That's what we're gonna be today. Alright! Alright, so it starts off and we see the same please stand by thing that we've been seeing in the stream. Because it was a good transition, and if you were watching the stream, into the teaser. And of course it's being made by Bethesda Game Studios, which is awesome. You can see we have the Pip-Boy starting up right here. And it starts to give us a beautiful rendition in Fallout style of John Denver's great song here.
West Virginia.
Alright, so clearly we're going to stop right here. You can see that it says the 27th of October, 2102, and it's about 6:34 in the morning. This is his alarm going off on the Pip-Boy. So 2102, the bombs went off in 2077, and I also want to point out really quickly that you can see the little birthday hat in the background right here. Now, you're going to start to see later on in the teaser trailer that there's a celebration going on in the vault for what's Reclamation Day, but we'll get into that.
Life is all there.
Okay, right here, we can see that there's a Vault-Tec Lunchbox. You can see that there's like a baseball bat, a toolbox, or a toolbox. A few things get around the bed. We got Jingles, monkey, right here on the bed. And then we're going to zoom out a little bit more here.
Trees, younger than the mountain.
Okay, now that we're all zoomed out, we can see that the thing, of course, transitioned to say good morning. The environment there, not sure too much about that, but we do know that Vault 76 is in Virginia, which that setting kind of looks like Virginia. I lived there for a couple of years. I guess that could be it. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into that. But you can also see in the bottom left corner, there's this a dead-looking plant. Maybe he hasn't been here for a while.
Blowing like
Alright, right here, what we can see, we have the Unstoppable game right here, a beverage that is other than Nuka-Cola. In the background, you can see a guitar. Now, you'll start to see some things in the teaser that give off a rural feeling. This is probably going to be a more rural-themed game, assuming that there is time spent outside of the vault. We don't know that. We also see that there's the jack-o'-lantern, because we're obviously close to Halloween time. Which makes me think that if he hasn't been in this vault for a while, it can't have been too long if there's a jack-o'-lantern and he's celebrating Halloween. You can also see what looks like it's probably a harmonica on the other chair there. That's something that you're going to notice a lot in this teaser trailer, is that it's very focused on involving more than one person. There was an article that Kotaku put out that from some of their sources, they're saying that this is going to include some sort of multiplayer element. And you'll notice, from the board games that are out here, there's the guitar and the harmonica, on the two chairs right there. They're definitely hinting that there's going to be some multiplayer here. Could it be just in two? You'll see some other stuff that's only in twos. So is it just a co-op? I don't know.
country road.
So if you look at the poster in the background here, this is the first instance that we get where we can really know that this is taking place in Vault 76, or at least this video is in Vault 76. The poster is also there to celebrate the 300-year anniversary of America's independence, because that's what happened in 1776, and 2076 is a celebration, which is also 1 year before the bombs went off. Now, there's a lot of lore behind Vault 76 in the Fallout series. It's mentioned a couple times in Fallout 3, or to be exact, there's mentioned once in Fallout 3. It's mentioned again in a DLC for Fallout 3, and mentioned in Fallout 4. And there's some other things that we'll get to in a second here about that. But it's cool to see that Bethesda is bringing us one of these fabled vaults that we've heard about in the lore, instead of just one that came out of random, which is very Bethesda-like to do. Kind of like in the Elder Scrolls games, where you can see that there's things mentioned in those games that reference the other games around it. I also want to point out the skull hanging on the wall, which kind of adds to that rural theme that we're getting here. Next, we see the TV stand here. A few interesting things right here. Of course, you got the recognizable things. You got the Nuka-Cola thing. You got Mr. Handy There's a soldier on the far right. But what I want to point out here is that alien spaceship that you can see on the second shelf there. Part of the lore of Vault 76 is that somebody, I don't know, maybe it was more than one person, but there was an alien abduction that took place in Vault 76. Could that little spaceship have something to do with it? Who knows?
But when the fighting
I
is
just talked about rebuilding. We're going to see a little bit more of something that hints at that idea in a little bit here. Right here, it looks like we can see some awards displayed, and they're kind of interesting awards too. You can see one that looks like it's for something to do with haircutting or barbering. That's a word. There's a toilet. The one on the far right is like a Vault-Tec given award. So I'm wondering if possibly we are a Vault-Tec technician. It's also interesting. The one that's on the top right in the middle shelf, the right one on the middle shelf, says something about bravery. It's an award for his bravery, which makes you wonder if possibly he was a soldier as well. I don't know. We get to this screen and we can see that there's the Vault-Tec procedures board on the wall there. And this whole little swoop right here where it goes and it shows the bathroom, I'm still trying to figure out. I feel like there's something big here. Maybe not something big, but there's definitely something here that we haven't quite figured out yet. So, if you have any ideas or speculations about what's going on right here, please let us know in the comments below, because we're very interested. Otherwise, it seems pointless, but they wouldn't put anything pointless in here. The only thing I do notice is that there are two towels. Again, hinting at a possible multiplayer thing going on here. You got the yellow towel and then like a green looking towel. Here we see one of the terminals telling us that we are invited. What are we invited to? Who knows? This is taking place in 21 something, many years after the 2076 celebration. However, there's another event going on besides that 2076 celebration, which is known as Reclamation Day, which we will see in just a moment. So the other thing that we know about Vault 76 is that it was a control vault, which means it was meant to open 20 years after the bombs went off, which would be 2096, but we know this is taking place in 21 something. So, was Reclamation Day taking place in that 2096 date, or is that something that's happening current in the time period of the game right now? So this one's pretty interesting, because I noticed here, this is when I first noticed, that there are two plates set up here. There's two people eating here, and that's when I started to look for these occurrences of a possible multiplayer hint. What I notice about one is that the one on the right, it looks a little messier. The cup's tipped over. The silverware is a little bit scattered. And on the ground, you'll see that there's a toy car there. Maybe in this vault, there's like a father and a child that lives there, or a mother and a child. And on the far right, you'll see that there's a dog dish. So it looks like we might have a little Fido power going on here. And then we come out here into the main area, and we see a few cool things. So there's the Reclamation Day poster that I keep mentioning in the background. I guess that's the day that they go and they take back the outside world and begin to reclaim the earth to make it as it once was. Pretty interesting. I think it's kind of cool. They have a little soccer field down there or something, or football if you're across the pond. There's obviously a lot of celebration that has happened. It's already happened, unless all that confetti was on a timer. So clearly a bunch of people had a good time here. You see our guy here flipping on the Pip-Boy. Vault 76.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
And the reveal for Fallout 76. I think this took all of us by surprise, and we're very excited to see what Bethesda Game Studios is doing with this. It's pretty cool. This isn't just like a side project to like crank some more money out of Fallout, but this is done by Bethesda Game Studios, who really take pride in their work. So, what do you think's going on with Fallout? What's going to happen in this new game? Time will tell. I'm sure we'll get a lot of information as E3 is coming up, and we'll see the Bethesda event, which is on June 10th, I believe. Thank you everybody for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If I missed anything, please let us know in the comments below as well. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. It's very motivating, trust me. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, folks.